Hi everyone, I'm Jackie and welcome back to part 2 of my Cherished Heart Angel. In part 1 we did the head, the halo, and the arms. So in this one we're going to do the skirt and the wings, and I'm going to show you how to put her all together. So first you're going to make a slip knot. We're going to do the wings first. And when you get your slip knot, we're going to chain 3. And then we're going to slip stitch into that first chain, just like that. Now we're going to chain 3. That acts as our first double crochet. We're going to do 11 more. So we'll have a total of 12 double crochets. So go ahead and do that. And do a total of 12 double crochets, and I'll meet you at the end of the circle. Okay, I've got my 12 double crochets. So now we're going to slip stitch into that top of that chain 3. Just like that. Now we're going to chain 5. And we're going to go right back into that space with a stitch I don't know the name of. It's just one up from the triple double crochet. So we're going to yarn over 3 times. Go right back into that same stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the second 2, yarn over, go through the third 2, yarn over, go through the last 2. So now we've got 2 of those. I call them a quad double crochet. So you're going to have 2 of those, and we're going to do the same thing in the next 2 stitches. Going to yarn over 3 times, go in that next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the second 2, the third, and the last. We're going to put 1 more in that same stitch. Like that. So now we've got 4 of them, 2 in each stitch. We're going to do 1 more, yarn over 3 times. And now we're going to do 1 more. So now we've got the quad stitch, 2 in each one in the first 3 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got a total of 6. So now in the next 4 stitches, we're going to do a triple double crochet. Yarn over twice, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, second 2, and the last 2. And we're going to do 2 in that same stitch. Now you're going to want to do 2 of the triple double crochets in the next 3 stitches, so you'll have a total of 4 stitches with the triple double crochet, and I'll meet you when I get mine finished. Okay, I've finished all my triple double crochets. I've got 2 and 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so that's a total of 8, and then we have those quads, 2 in each stitch, for a total of 6. So now we're going to do the quad stitches again in the next 3 stitches. Yarn over 3 times, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, second 2, third, and now the last. Do that again, yarn over 3 times, insert your hook, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the second, yarn over, go through the third, yarn over, and go through the last. And so go ahead and do that in the next 2 stitches, 2 quad stitches in each stitch, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, I've just finished all my quad stitches. So what we should have is in the first 3 stitches, we have 2 quads in each one. Here's your first stitch, second, and third. And in the next 4 stitches, you're going to have 2 triple double double crochets in each stitch. And now we've got, in the next 3 stitches, we've got 2 of the quad stitches. Here's 1, 2 in there, 2 in there. And I've only got 1 in the last because I've got the first one there. And for the last one, I'm going to just chain 5 because it gives it a more rounded look. And if you do the actual stitch, it kind of gives it a square look. Okay, so now I'm just going to slip stitch that last stitch there. And now we've got 2 stitches left. Now chain 1, pull your yarn. And if you're going to sew it on, you might want to leave a tail. I glue mine on, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. I'll set that aside. Now we're going to do the body. Okay, we're going to do a slip knot. Just like that. We're going to chain 3. We're going to slip stitch into that first chain. Now chain 3. This acts as your first double crochet. And go ahead and do 11 more double crochets. And you should have a total of 12 double crochets at the end, and I'll meet you there. Okay, I've got my 12 double crochets. I'm going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 3. Now I'm going to chain 3, and that acts as our first double crochet, and I'm going to go right back into that same stitch and do a double crochet. And the next stitch, we're going to do 2 double crochets, and we're going to do that all the way around, 2 double crochets in each stitch, and you should have a total of 24 stitches when you get back around. Okay, I'm at the end of row 2. I've got 24 double crochets total. I'm going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 3. Oops. Now I'm going to chain 3. I'm going to go right back in there and do another double crochet. So that's 2 in the same stitch, and now in the next stitch I'm going to do just 1 double crochet, and in the next stitch 2. So just continue that pattern. There's 2 double crochets, the next one do 1, then 2, then 1, and at the end of the row you should have a total of 36 double crochets, and I'll meet you there. Okay, I'm at the end of my row. I've got a total of 36 double crochets. Now what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 3. Then we're going to go ahead and slip stitch into the next double crochet. It just makes what we're going to do next look better. Okay, so now we're going to chain 3. And now we're going to do, we're going to work only in the front of the loops, not both of them, but just in the front. So we're going to do, this counts as our first double crochet, and now we're going to do 2 more double crochets in that same stitch, only go through that front loop. Just like that. And now we're going to do 3 in the next stitch, only working through that first loop. So you're not going through both loops. You're going to do 3 double crochets. And then go in the next one and work 3 just in that front loop. And go ahead and do that for a total of 20 stitches, and have remember to do 3 double crochets in each, so you'll have 20 sets of 3 double crochets when you get through, and I'll meet you at the end there. Okay, I've got all of my 20 sets of 3 double crochets. So now what we're going to do in this last double crochet, we're going to slip stitch right in the middle of it, just like that. And now we're going to take our little dress, and we're going to fold it over. Make sure the first and the last set of 3 double crochets meet together, just like that. And now we're going to go to that next stitch, only go through the back loop, and then go on the other side, go into the one exactly across from it, and go through the back loop of it. So now you've got both back loops on your hook. Now we're going to slip stitch through those. And now we're going to work our way up, go into the next stitch, and do only the back loops. And try to make sure you get the one straight across. Okay, then there's the last one. I just kind of go just through the top like that. Okay, now chain 1. And cut your yarn. Just like that. Now you can take your hook and go up through the top and just pull that piece of yarn through there. Just like that. So there's your skirt. Okay, so now we're going to get the head. Let's see, where's my tapestry needle? You can either use your hook or the tapestry needle. And make sure, get the side you want in front. And it doesn't matter about the hook. I mean, you can turn it. It's flexible. Okay, so what you're going to want to do now is here's the middle. We're going to go over here to the side. Just like that. And pull your yarn through. Just like that. And now we're going to go through the back of the head. I'm hoping you can see all this. I'm trying to not let my fingers get in the way. Go through the back, kind of the bottom of those stitches, and just go through the front like that. Oops. Kind of pull it through like that. So now we're going to go back in the middle of the skirt itself. Just go all the way through. I think I went down too far. Just take it all the way through. Then you're going to come up through the middle of the back of the head, going in those bottom stitches. Well, and take it through to the front. Just like that. So now half your head should be on. Just go through the skirting from the front to the back and just continue that until you have your head on. We're at the other side of the head, so just go through from the back of the head to the front. And then go from the front of the dress to the back, pull through. And just keep doing that until you get it on there good and snug. So I'm going to put you on pause while I finish my head up. Okay, I'm back. I've got it on, I think, pretty good. I went back across one more time and back over and come out the back. Now we're going to go into one stitch there on the bottom, and we're going to tie it off. Just like that. Now we're going to go up into the head. Just go through it. Doesn't matter where. Now go into the right next to it. And go right through the head again. And that should be enough. Kind of pull it a little bit. Cut it off. And that end should go right back into that head. Okay, so we've got the head on. Okay. And these ends here, you can just go ahead and cut those. So now we're going to do the arms. And I went ahead and got the tails and kind of went in maybe a stitch or two. Now what you're going to do is you're going to count down like 2 or 3 and go in there and then go right through like that. Get one of your tails, wrap it around there, and pull it through. And you might have to work with it a little bit to get it through there. But it will come through. Okay, there we go. Get your arms straight. And there's your arms. And you can either take these 2 tails, tie them together, or you can just glue them, or you can do both. Go ahead and, I'm going to go ahead and glue mine later, so I'm just going to cut a little bit, leave a little bit of a tail so I can hide it underneath the hands. So what I'll do when I glue it, I'll take these ends, tuck them under, and there's her hands. Now if you want a thinner arm, instead of doing the 3 rows, you can do 2 rows and it'll make it a little bit thinner, but I kind of like it thick like that. Okay, so there's that. So now you can either glue on the halo. I've already cut my tails off, or you can tie your tails in through the back, but then it's going to show, so I really like to glue it much better. Well, I had that on right in the first place, didn't I? There we go. And you might have to kind of bend the hands a little bit to get them in the pran. There we go. And now, I'm going to take the halo off. Okay, so now what I do with my wings is you can either use the tails to sew them in, or you can just go ahead and glue it. I like to glue mine. So I'm going to go ahead and bring these stitches underneath. And it really doesn't matter which side you glue it on or sew it on. But what I do to try to get it as even as I can, I'll match up the 12 double crochets in the first row and right here, the first 12 on that one, match them up, and then kind of go all the way up to where the 2 stitches that we had left over matches up right underneath her neck, and then you can sew it or glue it. And when you get all that done, your angel will look like this. Isn't she adorable? The little ruffled skirt. And you can use different colors if you'd like I showed you before. Here's one in a mauve. And I want to thank you for joining me today. And if you enjoyed my tutorial, please subscribe so you don't miss any of my future tutorials. And hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.